Hello and welcome to Out of the Darkness. I am Q. Thank you guys so much. Those of you guys that are in, sorry for the mild delay. We're having some boomer technical issues over here, but
Completely blame YouTube.
Mr. Producer is getting it straight. So thank you so much for that, guys. We wanted to come on and just do a thanks stream. This has been a phenomenal week for Out of the Darkness. We have gone from 330 followers, I'm sorry, subscribers, to 972 is the latest number. I believe that by the time this live stream is over, we can be at 1,000. We're gonna need your help though, so we could definitely use you guys' help to get that done. Mr. Producer, you need a bump in the volume, is what we are saying. So, yes, it is Q. It is I. But guys, so great to have everybody here. Had some information and some fun topics we wanted to kind of discuss. I tell you what, you don't have to look very far. It seems like the news is just full of comedy these days. Um, Mr. Soder, have you been keeping up with the news lately at all?
Yeah, I've been trying to prepare for tonight. Like,
So
trying to find ways to fix audio, streamline stuff, like make events that actually work, but apparently it doesn't.
right,
A lot more experimenting, worrying about what we're gonna drink in celebration for this.
yeah. I mean, I'm not picky. I'll drink anything, right?
Just
I'm an equal opportunity drinker. So
like opportunity.
it doesn't have to be alcohol. I'm having some coffee right now. So
Really,
yeah. So they're saying more volume.
more
So
volume.
too
Oh man,
quiet Q. And I
Just
tell you what, I'm
quiet.
dang near screaming over here. So
You want to smidge up your gain just a little bit.
smidge it up.
Smidge up the gain.
Is that better? Is that
Let us
better?
know. Let us know.
Let us know. Keep us in tune. So, all right. So, but yeah. So I was checking out the. Did you hear about this mayor over in Baltimore?
Did they riot again?
No, no, no. That was the last one.
Did they? There I go, misgendering someone.
Yeah. No. No. So it turns out she was running some sort of a scam, right? So
Well, she's in politics.
well, yeah, but this was like even more scandalous than typical, right?
Okay.
So essentially, what happens is she wrote a book, a children's book, right? And these different companies they were buying the book and then turning around and pumping money back to her. So they were buying the book, they weren't taking possession of the books at all. They're supposed to be buying these books and donating them to schools, right? And she runs this like $500,000 scheme, right? Now,
Wow.
I got two issues with this though, right?
That's some ballsy stuff.
Yeah, okay, so everybody wants to talk about, oh, how terrible of a situation this
That's
is.
like Clinton Foundation 2.0.
That doesn't even hold a candle to Clinton Foundation. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like it's some
like in the strategy of how we're going to get money to a politician.
Right. Just finding out ways to like cheat the American people and take money. So but now I didn't realize, but I guess in local politics, there's far fewer checks and balances than what there are on a federal scale.
There can be, yeah.
And even on a state scale, because they're saying there's really no system in place to be able to um, impeach her. There's really no. I guess as far as Baltimore goes, there's no way to impeach a current There's no way to impeach a current mayor. So
that's interesting.
I suppose. I suppose.
That's really interesting to me because Minnesota, that's outlined in state statute, is the recall of elected officials.
Well, I think it's hilarious because now they're saying that they want her to step down, but check this out. They're saying that she is that with everything going on that she is too mentally frail to step
That
down at
sounds
this
really
time.
misogynist.
She's like, wouldn't you being mentally frail be the reason that you would need to step down from being an elected official? I mean, really?
That's your patriarchy talking.
Her home got raided by the FBI and the IRS. Like, if your home gets raided by the FBI and the IRS, like, really?
You'd think that you would just to, kind of save face. Hey, look, we're gonna take a step back here.
I mean, and what's
We're
going
not
on with
gonna.
Baltimore mayors? Like, that's the kiss of death. That's like being the governor of Illinois, right? Like, seriously. Like, the last one, that was the whole Freddie Gray situation. So it was a black female. She was
Yeah, and just let them riot.
right. Just let him go. And the one before that
What
had
did
to
they do?
step down. I don't remember, but I do know that three of this
Well,
is the third
maybe
one.
this one is like, well, you know what? I got to break this streak somehow.
Right? Yeah. How about just not being a crook? I mean, that would be one. But okay, so I'm not a wealthy man. Okay.
You do have a nice
Yes,
very nice house.
I have a nice truck, and I'm blessed with a nice house. But okay, but I digress. I'm not a wealthy man, but you can bet your sweet bottom dollar that if I am going to piss off the IRS and the FBI, it's going to be worth a whole lot more than $500,000. I mean, I'm just saying, like, at some point, the juice has got to be worth the squeeze, right?
Yeah. Maybe she had more tucked away.
I
We just know about $500,000.
I but for all of that to wind up
Maybe
possibly
she was secretly a Trump supporter.
going, but to go to prison over $500,000. I mean, if I'm going to prison, it's going to be for a whole lot more than $500,000. I mean, if I'm going to prison, you might as well go all the way, right?
Maybe she just hadn't gotten there
I,
yet. Maybe she had plans for $5 million. She kept this. Like, well, so she's $500,000 in a year.
I want to say it's like 2 years.
2 years? Okay, so she keeps that up for a decade.
I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. No. That's 2.5. Yeah. Even
Sorry,
still.
It's been a while since I've had supper.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We broke open a case of bubbly to celebrate tonight.
Yeah. We'll blame it on the supper.
Yeah. And it was just a simple tuna fish
Tuna
sandwich.
fish. Tuna fisk. Not to be confused with lutefisk.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh come on, you're Minnesotan. You guys like that lutefisk?
That was my grandmother.
Okay, well, see, I knew somebody in your family tree was all about that lutefisk.
And that's where it died.
Oh man, come on now! Don't let the family traditions go to waste. I would love to have lutefisk. I was offered.
Really?
I would love to try it. I can't though.
Why?
Well,
you have an allergic reaction to lye?
No, but it would be cultural appropriation, right? I'm not Norwegian. I know you didn't know this, but I'm not even a little bit Norwegian. And so for me to partake in something that was clearly a staple in the Norwegian diet just wouldn't, right? Wouldn't that be cultural appropriation?
Well, possibly, but a lot of the cuisine I grew up with is very appropriated. For example, our family anyway has a recipe for what we call Swedish sausage. It's hamburger, pork, some fat from the pork,
okay,
potatoes and onions,
all mixed into one.
All mixed in together, and then stuffed in natural pig or cow intestine.
White pepper or black pepper?
Black pepper.
Okay.
But two of those ingredients aren't European.
No.
So, and the potatoes make up a lot of bulk.
Yeah.
So, if anything, we've appropriated a culture, America.
Yeah, we'll
So
call
it's
it.
fine. I think it'd be fine. It'd be fine.
Well,
You
okay,
probably
so
have more claim to potatoes than I do.
actually, I do. So, um, I just realized that my um Maple Street. Okay. Sorry, I was.
Looking
So
at the chat. Yeah,
yeah, I
someone
was.
asked a question about those place marks.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to maybe do a wiki with more of the show.
sure. Yeah.
No, no, we're gonna do no. Some things are better left for time.
so, but I feel like in order to be a modern day leftist, right, you have to essentially adopt. You have to be okay with being completely inconsistent, right?
I would. I mean, just look at potatoes. Yes, they would have to be.
Okay, so let me say this. So check this out.
Quick,
Why
quick
can't
aside.
I?
Church of Failure.
Why can't?
That's why we need 1,000 people. Is for super chats.
Yeah, yeah. We
So
have
anyway,
to.
just wanted to get that out there. You were gonna say something about appropriation.
Yeah. So okay. So they not saying Nick. You're Nick. What? All right. So so people are getting roasted like for like wearing, well, okay, blackface is a little bit different. All right, that there's levels to it, right? I'm not going there. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay,
Have you heard about Nick?
I have, and you know what? Nick is my homie, so uh, he was the first one to get a card. So Nick now has a card. He has not used it yet. Although the first time he does, it's going to be a little taken back, I have to say. So, but with all that being said, so if you were to say publicly, "Oh, Q's coming over for dinner," we're gonna have to go ahead and and fry up some chicken and get some watermelon, right?
Well, the first time I think I had you over for dinner, I was preparing
You were right. Make sure we were safe, right?
Mexican.
Like, well, Q is
Like-
not Mexican,
So everyone's gonna be appropriating.
so
that.
everyone's gonna be appropriated. Okay, but the funny part about it is this. So cultural appropriation, right? And that whole thing. It's okay. So you would be strung up for saying, "Oh well, Q's coming over, so we're gonna fry up some chicken and make some collard greens."
I'm
and
not gonna
cornbread."
lie. Fried chicken was one of the ideas.
Right. Of course, of course.
Well, I don't make it a lot. I think I've only made it once, and then I thought, no.
I would have been perfectly okay with it. Just saying, it would have been great to me, but that would have been considered to be technically cultural.
Insensitive.
Yeah, it would have been insensitive. So black people, I mean, fried chicken and watermelon are supposed to be. I mean, it's a stereotype, right? So tell me this: why is it that if I wanted to go and start an Asian restaurant, it would be considered an issue in some parts of the country because it would be cultural appropriation, right?
Yeah, I think there was a. I think it was in Mini. No, it was either Minneapolis or Seattle. There were a couple white chicks who went down to Mexico to learn how to make delicious,
Yeah.
the best tacos that you would ever have in your. When they went back home, wherever it was, started making it, and people just started losing their minds. Two white chicks. Ooh, excuse me. Those bubbles are coming back up. For making Mexican cuisine. Sanity. For all I know, they were delicious tacos. But, you know, can't get those can't take business away from them for some reason. Can't out what's the word? Can't outdo them for whatever reason.
Right.
It's like, just go to the person whose tacos you like.
Right. I'll be honest. Like Miss Fran in Barrow, Alaska. I don't know if she's still there, but Miss Fran in Barrow, Alaska, very top tip of Alaska. She had a Mexican restaurant up there back in the day, and I
Is she
swear to you,
Eskimo?
no, she was not. She was a white lady from California, and she made the absolute best Mexican food of any Mexican restaurant I've ever been to. It was
In Alaska,
fantastic. In Barrow, Alaska,
the land of snow,
the land of ice and snow, right?
and that never unfreezes.
Exactly. So to me, I don't care who you are, just don't serve me bad food. As long and the Mexican food was really good at your house, I have to say.
Oh, thank you.
And the next time I came over, you couldn't help yourself. You made chicken.
What was
chicken
that one?
wings.
Oh, right, yeah, we made chicken wings.
so
Well, I had to make something you would actually eat.
Church of Failure. I will make sure all of the Sandy Beige 42 cards are numbered. I will make sure that you and Nick Ricada have sequential serial number on your Sandy Beige 42 card. So Nick is 0001. I promise you will be 0002. Promise. So
Nice.
right? Right?
Oh, we gotta treat the people right.
Gotta treat the people.
Because this is for you.
Give the people
subscribers
what they want. All right. So anyway, so just talking about the absolute hypocrisy of the modern day leftists. So yeah, so it's totally not acceptable to appropriate someone's culture, which as far as I was concerned, I always was told that, I mean, the highest form of flattery was impersonation, right?
Not sure that's the word, but yeah, the idea.
Yeah. All right. So you understand the
Yeah.
idea, right?
Yeah.
Not impersonation, but yeah, you know what I
We're,
mean.
we're just gonna pretend we knew the word.
Yeah, there you go.
At least I have. I don't know what your excuse is, but I'm finishing this class of. What is this?
Buble?
Moscato Rosé.
Is that what it is?
It says on the bottom.
Moscato? Ugh,
Yeah, it's Moscato.
that's way too sweet. Okay. Well, it is what it is.
Dangerous.
Q too dark, soda too white. LOL. I can't help it.
Just be glad I'm not doing this shirtless.
Well,
be blind.
I tell you what, though, there's levels to it, man. I'm.
What
Look,
is that, like
yeah.
Sandy Beige 21?
No. That's the Sandy Beige 42. This right here, I'm not sure, but
okay.
This is my,
You stuck that up against the color tester?
Oh yeah,
Your
I was
arm?
like, absolutely. Yeah, I wanted to get the actual test. I wanted to get as close to it as possible. So, yeah, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Thank you, Jason Ash.
Thank you so much. There we go. That is the quote. So
we got I right.
Yeah, it was an I word. So absolutely right. Okay, so have you been keeping up with this the Democratic nomination list? It's like 80 people like running for the Democratic nomination.
What was it? Our Trump stream, like our inaugural co-host thingamajig.
Yeah.
We brought up the list. I had not heard of like probably everyone on that list,
right?
Except for 2, maybe 3 people,
right?
Because I really don't care. Like I don't care right now. It's the election's a year away.
Okay, but if it were to start today, who do you think would get the nomination?
Well, right now, Clinton. Or earlier today, it would have been Clinton because she's going to throw her hat in there. She's got to.
You think she's actually going to try it again?
She's got to run so that she can stay out of prison, because who's ever president isn't going to go after someone they ran against. That's political suicide, right?
Right.
So she's got to run if she's going to. If Pizzagate, if this Russian collusion backfire of the Mueller report, she's going to run.
Okay.
However, I did learn something really interesting today. The DNC changed super voter, super delegate
Yeah.
bylaws.
Yeah.
Super delegates aren't going to vote in the first round of voting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually going to be more similar to the RNC, where everyone's vote is the same, at least for the first round.
Yeah. Huh.
If it goes beyond that, then the super delegates can vote, but super delegates can't vote in that first round of voting. So if someone like a Bernie wins that first round, then Bernie will get the nomination.
So
it's changed.
Do you really
so this
think
is going to
that
be
Bernie has the ability to beat out creepy Uncle Joe?
He didn't run against him last time.
Mm-mm.
No. That's a tough one. They're both old guys.
Old white guys, at that.
Yeah.
Like, weren't we told that the Republicans were the party of old white men? Like,
yeah,
that was.
That's kind of funny. Like, well, I mean, we did the party, not me. If you remember the stream, I did not vote for Trump. The party selected Trump, who's an old white dude. But a lot of the other candidates weren't white.
Technically, Hillary was an old white dude.
Or old.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The Yang Gang seems to have a lot of traction. I don't know if they're gonna. I think they might give Bernie a run for his money.
Who?
Yang Gang.
Yang. Yeah.
But at the same token, a lot of them are running under similar platforms of socialism. So kind of pick your favorite. Or in video games,
Yeah.
you can pick certain attributes of your character, like skin color, armor. Like in Halo,
Right.
you can pick armor variants,
Right.
but they don't give you anything. They don't give you any sort of special powers or abilities. They're just cosmetic.
Okay.
To me, that's what the DFL right now, all their offerings for president are, is just pick your socialism. Do you want it brown? Do you want it white? Do you want it yellow?
Do you want white socialism? Do you want brown socialism?
I don't want socialism.
Do you want Asian socialism?
I don't want socialism.
You racist.
I'm a politicalist.
You racist. Take your socialism. Okay, so with all that being said, who annoys you the most out of everybody?
Of my little bit of interaction, or not interaction, but my little bit of research I was doing today when I found out what you wanted to talk about tonight. Probably Booker, Mr. Spartacus. I was reading his Wikipedia, and I forget what city he was a mayor of, but he turned around.
Wasn't it like Newark, New Jersey, or something?
Whatever city it was. It was a big city.
Yeah.
And that's inconsequential to why he annoys me.
Okay.
What he did when he was the mayor, he took a pay cut and then gave raises to people somewhere lower than him on the totem pole or in the org chart of the city. Well, at first I was like, a Democrat who takes a pay cut? A mayor who takes a pay cut?
All right, yeah. Sounds good.
I mean, that's something. But then, reading on, he gave like department heads or whatever raises instead of with him a cut. Like, well, were those equal? I don't think so. So we're still probably spending more money. But the optics of it are,
right.
I'm a good guy. I'm taking a pay cut. I'm doing my part to make this city a better place.
Right.
As I continue to read, he slashed, I believe it was the debt of the city by half during his tenure. I don't want to like this guy because he does socialist things, but he cut the debt of the city by half.
Okay.
It annoys me because he's on the other side. He's
Right.
not supposed to do that. He's supposed to balloon it, right?
Right.
So now I'm like, maybe he's not such a bad guy.
Okay.
What on earth was all this bloviating during the Senate hearings a while ago? Was it during the Kavanaugh stuff where he was going on and on? Like, what was that show? Was it? I don't know. Like, what's going on?
Right.
What's going on?
So what'd you come to?
That was it. I mean,
that was it. So
that's what annoys me about him. I don't know what's going on.
As you left it, you kind of like Spartacus. Oh, I'm sorry, Spartacus. Wow, you guys are going to hell for that. Okay, so you left it at you might possibly be voting for Spartacus.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
if he cuts debt,
the socialism part, like sure,
if socialism gives you less government, less and half the debt, would it not be a good thing?
I don't think so. Like, I don't know if I would be able to take that pill.
You can't.
I really don't like socialism.
Okay.
I really don't like socialism.
Okay, so putting socialism on the back burner, because obviously there's been a lot of socialism. I think for me, the one that annoys me the most would have to be Beto Francis O'Rourke.
Oh, the white guy?
The white Mexican. Like,
is he not? I thought he wasn't even.
He's not. He's Irish. Like, I'm sorry, no offense for the Irish people in the crowd, but like, you can't get any whiter than Irish. Like, seriously.
Well, like, they are pretty far north. I mean, maybe the Finns. You can maybe go Finn.
No, because even Finns can tan. Like Irish people burn. Like, you cannot. So, and yeah, no, absolutely not. So,
Church of Failure, you do anything you want.
Absolutely. So, and guys, help us out. We are trying to, by the end of this, yes, Sonia Derugi, I am part Irish. Yes.
So you burn? You dye your hair?
I do. No, I'm Black Irish. So, but no, you cannot get any.
The question that I'm sure is on everyone. Do the curtains match the drapes?
They do. They do. Absolutely. 100%. I promise you that. Okay. So, but Beto Francis O'Rourke. I have a hard time voting for anybody who can't use their real name. Like, in the hood, everybody goes by an alias. And you can't trust any of those people.
I'm not touching that.
No, I'm just saying. Everybody has an alias. We don't actually find out the real names of the people that live around us until they die. Because I'm serious. Like, wait, hold on. Like, Uncle Pookie's name was Francis?
I think I know why he went by Uncle Pokey.
I mean, it's crazy. So, I'm sorry, man. I have a hard time trusting anybody who can't go by their own name. So essentially, your name is Robert Francis O'Rourke. You cannot get any whiter than that. And you want to pump this whole alter ego of, just because you learned some high school Spanish, I'm supposed to vote for you and believe that you're really a Mexican.
And he was running against a Mexican.
And he was running against an actual, not a Mexican.
Cuban.
Yeah. Let's be careful about that.
Let's try not to mix those. I should try not to mix those people up.
Yeah.
I don't.
Dan, be careful with those people. Come on now. Remember, this is the SJW society we're talking.
Well, I mean, Cruz does. He is pretty pale.
He's Cuban.
He is, yeah, but he's pretty pale.
He's not pale. Come on now. let's be nice.
Are you saying Fox News is lightening his skin color like CNN did to that guy
Hey
in
man, we live in a world where Elizabeth Warren is Indian.
Florida? I suppose.
Okay, so uh, that makes Ted Cruz Haitian at that point, right? I mean, let's be real. so yeah, so Beto was the one with the weird. Yeah. So did you see that whole thing?
He wrote a poem.
He wrote a poem.
Do I need to bring it up? I haven't seen this.
Yo, man, you won't be able to sleep at night. Like, I don't have a weak stomach, but essentially, he made this poem about driving down the road and running over kids in the middle of the road and the satisfaction.
Is this recent?
No, this was like a long time ago. I don't care though. He was old enough to write, right?
1988.
Yeah, and so I don't know when it was. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
So essentially, he talks about how it gave him great satisfaction to hear the crunch of the children underneath the tires of his car. Like, that's some pretty weird stuff to say. Like, really? Are you reading it?
I'm reading something. Song of the Cow.
Song of the Cow.
Is that it?
I don't think so.
This is wax my donkey, rub my.
Okay, let's be careful. This is a kid show.
That's why I said donkey.
It's a kid friendly.
That's why I said donkey.
Okay, white privilege is so great. Hugh and Drexel have more of it than the Orca Renfamous. Yeah.
He's gonna come after us.
Yeah, let's be careful. Yeah, she's gonna get me kicked off.
I mean, they aren't called killer whales for nothing.
Right. So yeah, let me take time now to say free.
Free Willy.
Actually, no. I was actually gonna say free Nick. Free Nick.
Oh right.
Yeah,
I can't believe I forgot about Nick.
Yeah, free Nick. Nick is in Twitter
Press have
jail.
To pay respects.
Huh?
Press have to pay respects.
Yeah.
That man, pioneer.
Nick.
Speaking of which, that's one of our rules for tonight. Is we are going to be done before 11 tonight, so you can go over to Nick's channel and watch him play. He's going to do some. He's going to read a complaint that someone sent to the Minnesota bar. Something else, and I believe play Phoenix Wright Chapter 2. So it looks like it's going to be a fun evening.
Yeah, it's going to be a great Friday night. So yeah, we're just the what do they call it? The not the after party,
You're the opening act.
The opening act, the warm up act.
It's going to get pulled off the stage with a cane.
Absolutely. So,
The purchase of YouTube lawyer of equal or lesser value.
You said what?
I have no idea what that's in reference to. Jason Ash. I don't know what that is what that is following up, but
oh man, you guys are the real entertainers here.
Yes, pregame show.
Yeah, absolutely. Pregame show. We're getting ready. So Bernie Sanders, right? So you and him have a lot in common.
What?
You do.
Why? Because we're white?
Among other things.
We both have gray hairs.
Well, it's getting better.
We both own 3 houses.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know that about you.
No. We both drive super fast cars.
Yeah. Okay. So you, yes, I stand with Nick. I'm sitting with Nick right now, but I'm standing for him in the spirit. So, all right. You believe in giving felons the right to own guns.
Okay.
Bernie Sanders wants to give felons the right to vote.
Okay.
He actually went so far as to say that he believes that the Boston bomber should have the right to vote. Do you believe that?
With the Boston bomber?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm just going to take him out because the argument will be felons, right?
He says you brush your hair with a balloon.
Oh, that reminds me. Remind me if we can get around to it. I have a rage. I have a complaint against society.
A complaint against society. It does look like he brushes his hair with a balloon. It's like, not you, Bernie Sanders. You ever seen him?
Oh yeah, crazy.
Okay.
God, sometimes these jokes, I have to remember that they're like 60 seconds behind, and so we're a minute into the future with jokes and banter, and they're responding. I mean, they're that amount of time behind, plus whatever it takes for them to think and type it out.
Right.
And then it hit YouTube servers and then come back to us.
I'm impressed.
Which, I don't know. It could be like 2 minutes.
You're not Jewish, are you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because if you were, I'd love you anyway. Like, no issue. I have no issue with Jews at all. Just none. I love Jewish. I mean, Jesus was a Jew, and I love Jesus.
He was.
Yes.
Not that I'm aware of.
You could probably teach me about finances.
I mean, I do share the Christ's name through a different line of language.
Okay. So back to the whole.
Back to Bernie and back to Bernie.
No, I want it back to you. Like, you want to give felons guns. So.
Well, when they're out of jail, like when they've gone back home.
Okay, so do you believe that felons should have the right to vote?
I've never really thought about it, but since I'm on the spot, I'm going to go with yes.
Well, I'd want to. Okay. We're going to get kicked off of YouTube before we even get started good.
Well, I mean, the whole progressive thing right now is just give rights to felons, right? I mean, why would they want to ban me from YouTube?
No, I'm talking about this comment about you giving a loan because we've established that you're part Jew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, again, this 60 seconds has gotten me. I'm in a completely different space than I was before. So these jokes just mean nothing to me. Nothing. Nothing. I get nothing.
Okay, so you would give voting rights to felons
when they're out of prison.
So you guys
that would be following a similar model of they're no longer a ward of the state, or they're no longer segregated from society. They get rights when they get back out on the street.
Okay, so you're a little bit different. So you're a little bit different from.
I mean, just to be consistent. I like being consistent.
Okay.
I mean, that's just why I'm setting up my answer to you. I haven't really thought about it before, but just off the seat of my pants, and to be consistent, that would be my answer. Is they're out of prison, they're no longer, they've served their sentence, they paid their debt to society,
they get their rights to vote.
Rights back.
Okay, well, and I don't think most reasonable people would really argue against people having the right to vote restored after they have served their time. I mean, I don't think most people. I'd have a bigger issue with giving them guns than giving them their right to vote. Okay, so I guess.
But isn't a vote essentially a gun?
No.
Because a vote is political power.
No.
And as the very wise man who went by the name Mao once said, all power flows from the barrel of a gun.
No, I'm not going there. So
Look
because
on your face.
at the point that your vote, anyway, no, I'm not gonna, no. Okay, so I wish that these people would ask like tough questions because immediately someone says, "So, do you think that the Boston bomber should have the right to vote?" And he goes on to say, "Yeah, he believes that the Boston bomber should have the right to vote."
At least he's consistent in that regard.
I think these people go too easy on him. Let me ask the questions
Okay, all right, all
because
right.
my question would be, do you
Sorry, I'm white
feel?
splaining.
Yeah, stop white splaining me. My question would be, should Dylan Roof be given the right to vote?
Uh,
Dylan Roof,
he was the guy who shot up that
the guy
black
who went
church, right?
into the South Carolina, went into the South Carolina church and shot up the black people.
He's in prison, right?
He's in prison, right?
Okay, then no vote.
Well, yeah, but Bernie just said he thought that the Armenian guy, that the Boston bomber,
He was Armenian?
he was. I'm sorry, I believe it was Armenian of some sort. Autist out there, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I want to
And
say
we will lead with it. We will lead with Q's mistakes, not mine. We
yeah.
will lead with Q's mistakes.
I thought he was Armenian or at least Eastern European of some. Yeah, but I thought it was Armenian. But
Seems a little weird to me, but
I digress. Bottom
Right.
line is, he was. They said they asked about him. They said they should give him the right to vote. I think they should have asked him straight up. Do you think that they should give Dylan Roof the right to vote? Why not?
I don't know why they didn't. That would have been really fun.
That would have been fantastic. But of course, they give him the softball questions. Let me ask the questions.
Well, no. You should ask Dylan Roof and then the Boston.
I'm down. I'm totally down. But yeah, they definitely should have asked those in order, and that would have been 100% okay and perfect by me. I personally don't think um, native half German. Yeah, okay. So clearly, no fans of Dylan Roof. So
No, well, I mean, she shot up a church.
yeah.
I mean, why? Why? Why do that? Yes, he needs 13 leads. 13 leads off of a cliff in Minecraft.
Yeah, we did discuss that, and so if my legacy shall be on YouTube teaching that a proper noose contains 13 loops, then my job has been done. I have brought a little bit of culture, Texas culture, to the rest of the country. So yeah, I was surprised.
Wait, Texas culture hanging. I was going for a lynching joke, but
Of course, it was a crime is a crime. So absolutely. So all right. So with all that being said, he thought that felons should be given the right to vote.
okay.
And that was, I guess, okay. So my issue with all of it is the fact that I feel like, you know there's been this huge. I don't like inconsistency. Like I don't have to necessarily agree with you. Like there's things we don't agree
Oh
on.
yeah, we don't agree on felons.
We don't agree on
We
felons and
also don't
guns.
agree on carbs.
We don't agree on carbs. We don't agree on Trump. I'm a big Trump supporter. You're
It's almost like we're black and white.
yeah. It's like black and white. So yeah. So we don't agree on all that. I get that. The problem with that though is that I can live with someone being disagreeable, but I can't deal with inconsistency. I can't stand people who are all over the board, who simply just go with the flow. For example, you want to talk to me and lecture me about women's rights and treating women with respect and kindness, and no means no, and all that. But yet you're being accused, Cory Booker, of raping a guy in a
Booker?
bathroom. Yeah. He's being accused of raping a guy in a bathroom. So, but when Kavanaugh was being um when Kavanaugh was
Sorry, I'm laughing at Assange's Hughes plaque, not the rape.
okay, yeah, I was gonna rape is no
And
laughing
earlier,
matter.
the laugh was at Cory Booker being accused of doing a rape because he's Cory Booker. That was what I was laughing at, not the rape itself.
Yeah, let's get that straight. So, okay, but we were told we're supposed to believe all survivors, right?
Believe all women,
No,
but Cory
well, no,
Booker's victim was a man, and we can't believe men.
we believe survivors. You don't remember that
I only remember
during the Kavanaugh
women.
hearing?
I remember
Absolutely.
women, but I don't remember survivors.
Oh my gosh!
I could have been interchanging those because I assumed survivors are women.
We had to trade Tiger Woods and Cardi B. I think white folk still came out.
Wait, who did we trade them for?
I'm gonna need. Who did we trade Cardi B? Corey allegedly raped a guy in a bathroom.
For Tiger Woods and Cardi B? Like, I want to know. Church of Failure, please.
Okay, so wait, so Corey, so he allegedly raped a guy in a bathroom. This came out, but like it went hush hush really quick. But we were told that we were supposed to believe this woman, Christine Blasey Ford, who couldn't remember exactly where, couldn't remember who was there, couldn't remember exactly when, couldn't remember exactly what state it was in. It was somewhere between Maryland and Virginia at a party somewhere, sometime around high school.
To be fair about the location, I cannot keep track of the border of the counties here.
Okay.
So if they were close to the border, your friend who's like
if that were the only inconsistency, I would be okay with it. I could deal with that. But
to be fair, on that one point.
But okay, on that one point, but when you add those inconsistencies with all the other inconsistencies in the story, but yet we're being spoken down to and told that we're supposed to believe all survivors because they say that they're survivors. Yet Cory Booker's survivor comes out and he's hushed and brushed under the rug. Now, in all fairness, I will say the same thing I said when Christine Blasey Ford came out. Let's hear both sides. I'm not accusing Cory Booker of anything. Let's get this straight. I'm not accusing him of anything. But I believe that his victim, alleged victim, deserves his day to tell his story, just like Christine Blasey Ford did, in all fairness. And then let the court of public opinion come down.
If you didn't report it then, can we operate that it actually happened? Like, if she didn't report it, she didn't go to the police, she didn't make a stink about it. Even if it happened, can we operate now as if it did?
I think that majority of free thinking people watched that and saw both sides, and they heard Kavanaugh's rebuttal to it, and I came away from it. I personally came away from it feeling that he was telling the truth. Personally, I came away from it feeling that way. I felt that he was vindicated. Personally. Now, could I be wrong? I could be, but that's.
But we can't know now.
We can't know. I mean, no, we can't know. But the fact that she's disappeared, the fact that that she was so inconsistent, and the fact that she had the corroborating witnesses that she called forward all came forward and said that they had no recollection of said event. make me listen and make me believe him. So, but what did he say?
You listened to Kavanaugh and believed.
Okay.
The land of make believe.
All right. So, with that being said,
Use my force powers.
yeah.
Thank you.
So, with that being said, that's where I'm at there. So, um, it's hard. I mean, I could not possibly begin to think of supporting a candidate that had a a rape charge hanging over their head. That'd be
It would make for a really weird election.
yeah.
Because what would he do? Pardon himself?
Yeah, that'd be a tough one. So then it comes down um to Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe is about to go through a tumultuous time, though.
He's had a lot of photo shoots, grabbing shoulders and sniffing hair.
Well, I mean, okay. In all fairness, so a speaking from a very
Affectionate family.
no, I'm not even gonna go there. Speaking from just being a realist, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been in the public sector for 30, almost 40 years, right?
I'm not even that old.
Right, right. Longer than I've been alive. But I'm supposed to believe that all the things that you have not fixed in Congress, in Senate, in the vice presidency, that now, if I give you this position, you've been voted into dozens of offices, but now, if you get into this position, now you're going to begin to make a change, make a difference. That's the problem I have with him. That's the problem I have with Bernie. I mean, how long has Bernie been in office?
Um,
A long damn time.
I don't know, but
So it completely bothers me that we've come to the place that now we are um, we're not judging people based off of their their past history or their track record. It's oh well now they're saying they're going to make
promises.
it's all promises. And I'm sorry, your promises are only as good as your credit history as far as I'm concerned.
Um, I think we need to keep in mind though that the president, while he has a lot of power, also doesn't have a lot of power, right? Because while Trump could go rah rah, I'm going to build the wall, I'm going to do this and that,
They're,
another thing.
they're building it. They're working
Well,
on it.
no, just like, but to fund it, he needs to get congressional approval
No,
somehow.
no, he just has to declare a national emergency.
But he has to get the money somehow. Like
By declaring a national emergency. You didn't see that coming, did you?
I don't know if it works quite that way.
Okay, but I get what you. I digress. I get what you're saying.
Congress still holds the purse strings. So,
Sure.
like, even if he said, "I'm going to use military money to build the wall,"
Right.
because I am commander in chief. My task is to protect the border. Therefore, I can use military funds to do this thing.
Right.
I think that might be what he's going, or the theory he's working under. But Congress could go, you said you needed $4 billion to do this. That's weird. Your budget proposal for the military is $4 billion more than it was the year before. We're just not going to give you an extra $4 billion. So then Trump has to go, well, how am I going to make this up? Who do I not pay if I'm going to do this?
Right.
What projects are going to suffer? So, things like that.
Right.
But then the other part of being elected president is it tells Congress that this is what the people want. Like the things he was wanting to do, things that he was saying were important. We need to pay attention to that. and maybe work on those things. Like, and kind of a barometer of public opinion of sorts for Congress.
Sure.
So Bernie may want to do socialized medicine for everyone. Well, I guess probably a good example would be Barack Obama, because shortly after he got into office, bam, we had the ACA. Right? That was one of his
The
things was
Unaffordable Care Act?
the UCA.
Yeah, the Unaffordable Care Act? Yeah, got it.
And Congress ran with that.
Right.
They were like, well, I guess the people spoke. They want they want socialized medicine. And then looking a little bit further back, Minnesota, when they had the marriage amendment, those a while ago, the legislator saw that it failed the ballot, added to the Constitution, and then they went the exact opposite direction.
The marriage amendment?
Yeah, a number of years ago, there was a ballot initiative to add that marriage is defined as between a man and a woman, the Minnesota Constitution.
Yeah.
And then the January session following that election, the Minnesota legislature changed the definition of marriage in Minnesota. And everyone was telling us, oh, it's not going to change. Just because this fails doesn't mean marriage is going to be defined differently. That very next session, the legislature changed it because they saw that the people of Minnesota, we don't need to add that to the Constitution. So they made the change that other people wanted.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So how do you feel about that? I mean, since we're on the subject, I don't think that subject is going to go away anytime soon. Do you feel that...
Are we teasing Sunday?
Huh?
Are we teasing Sunday?
Sure, why not? Do you feel that marriage should be defined by the government between a man and a woman?
I'm a little torn on it, personally. On one hand, marriage has been used by the state to help promote families, child, and children, the production and rearing of children, future taxpayers, if you will. So they have an interest in making that happen. So when you change the definition of marriage to being just two people with very closely tied resources,
right,
but they can't produce children, what is the purpose of this thing then? Like, what interest does the state have in allowing two people to intertwine their estates? Really nothing.
Okay.
So if we're going to go down that route, let's get rid of every state and federal benefit to being married. Like, no longer being able to file jointly. No longer being able to do benefits, go to the spouse for certain things. Like, I think Social Security allows you to do that.
Sure.
Some stuff. Just get rid of it. Like, the state has no interest anymore. If the state has said, well, we have no interest in the production and rearing of children, let's get rid of it. Let's be gone with it. It has no more marriage licenses, which I remember right, we're to stop black people from marrying white people. Right?
That didn't work out too well.
So it's funny to me how conservative values are / smaller government shoehorn into this stuff of, let's just make the government smaller. Like, if we're gonna say anyone can get married and intertwine their resources, let's just get the state out of it. Let's just say they can do what they want, whatever. That's one less government bureaucracy in place,
right,
to track that stuff.
I mean, I guess I try not
down
to...
that route, get rid of this 1960s Civil Rights Act, which is the basis for a lot of laws saying I have to bake cakes and do flowers for weddings.
Okay, so we're not...
Sorry, I gave away my curveball for Sunday.
Okay. So, but with that being said, so I feel that I don't I hate the idea, okay, that we get into this whole, we just concede certain things to the government, right? Whereas our founding fathers never expected for the government to essentially give people their blessing on marriage, right?
Yeah.
Like that was a decision made and a made um between you, not but a decision, but that was between you and God. Okay, between you, God, and your spouse. Right, that was a vow that was made between the three of you. Right, the idea that we just concede that the government should have some type of a say in who can and cannot be married is ludicrous to me. It really is. Like, at what point did we as conservatives concede that the government should have any say so in marriage? And so when we talk about marriage between a man and two men, or a man and a woman, I just don't think the government should be involved in the legislation of marriage at all, period. Whether it be between two people of the same sex or whether it be a person of opposite genders. I just don't think that that ought to be something that we should just concede. So the real conversation I'd like to have is I'd like the government out of the idea of marriage altogether.
This is going to be an interesting Sunday.
It's going to be a really interesting Sunday.
It's going to be. Did Sonja just tell me to shut up?
Oh yeah, she absolutely did. I think it had something to do with that whole doing
Civil
away
rights.
with the Civil Rights Act. So I'm gonna have her in here, in studio.
Well, fine. Then she can make the case for making me bake a cake for people who come into my shop and want a gay cake.
I bet you when she gets done, your ass is gonna bring a cake next Sunday.
I mean, she's gonna have to make that case then, because the laws that say that baker has to bake that cake are based off of the 1960 Civil Rights Act.
Well, let's.
And I have a feeling she's with the baker on that matter. So
we'll have an interesting
but
Sunday.
maybe I could be white splaining. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't help it.
I could be wrong. But again, we're leading with Q's mistakes, not mine.
My mistakes. Which Q are we referring to?
You.
Okay, yeah.
You, not the fictional one.
You watch your mouth there. You watch your mouth there. So yeah, let's be a little bit less. Yeah, yeah. We're not. No, we're not going there. You're trying to bait me into something. Okay, so moving on. So the biggest issue I have with Crazy Uncle Joe. So I think I mentioned the other day that his son, essentially Joe Biden's son,
Hunter, was it?
I'm not sure. I think it was Hunter, but he was an executive with an energy company, right? They had a contract in the Ukraine. Essentially, Joe was on wax, um,
On
bragging
wax.
on record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, going. I'm sorry, you're younger than me.
Yeah,
on wax, right? He was on record going.
Maybe we should go on MP.
It just doesn't have the same
On Napster.
on Napster. Okay, on Napster. Let's get it. So he was on record saying that he essentially had a I don't know how many millions of dollars. It was a check, an aid check for Ukraine. So the equivalent of their Ukrainian attorney general, right? Their lead investigator,
Top lawyer.
their top lawyer, was investigating Hunter's company, or Joe Biden's son, his company, okay, for some unsavory business practices, right? Essentially, they had to, if they wanted to get that check that he had in his briefcase, they had to fire and get rid of that lead investigator that was investigating his son. It's extremely shady. So he bragged about the fact that he got this guy fired, right? And then went on to give them this check.
Seems like a
Now,
very stupid thing to say.
he was bragging about the power that he posed, that he held over, this group, but at the same time, man,
Sounds
like,
like meddling in foreign affairs.
right?
Ukraine, the United States collusion
Oh my
in Ukraine.
goodness. So here we are at this point, getting ready to. Now he's running for office, and I'm really really curious to see how this whole thing goes. I think that that if we are going to put the same level of energy behind investigating him as we've done our current president,
Oh, 2 years, $30 million
yeah,
or
you know
more.
what? Hey, I'll get Sonya to investigate for free, and she will be much more efficient, and it'll cost, again, a lot less than $30 million, and she will get to
Well,
the
is she going to
bottom of
be?
it.
Is there are her expenses going to be covered?
Well, sure, why not? We'll cover her expenses.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So not for free,
So,
but
Trump's working for free, right? His
not
expenses are being
Mueller.
covered, huh?
But not Mueller.
I know, but we still say Trump is working for free. He's
I
not
thought you
taking a
said you didn't.
salary.
I thought you said you weren't wealthy. Are your parents wealthy?
Oh, absolutely not.
Well, but Trump is. That's why he's working for.
I understand that, but but I guarantee for
Sorry,
y'all,
I was trying to set up. You're a black Trump, or you're a
the
black Baron.
black Donald
But
Trump. I think
but
there's
it just
there's a song about that somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Black Donald Trump. So, all right. So, but then okay. So then the next one will be what? Kamala Harris.
yeah, isn't she like the San Francisco area senator or something,
She torques me off.
or something in the West Coast? I
Y-
forget what it's at.
Yeah, so she was the not attorney, not attorney general. I think she was the what do they call him? The lead prosecutor, the
DA.
DA, district attorney. Now, it came out a couple years ago that she essentially slept her way to her nomination. Um, so she had an extramarital affair with the mayor of San Francisco. So surprise, surprise, right? But whatever. It is what it is, right? My issue is what a hypocrite. This woman essentially got her notoriety by throwing people in jail. A lot of black people, mind you.
So she's Aunt Thomasina.
She's Aunt Tanya. We'll call her
Aunt
Aunt Tanya,
Tanya.
right? So she was throwing black people in jail, right, for essentially breaking laws and drug offenses and this and
So
that.
using plastic straws and carrying plastic bags.
Nah. She was putting black people in jail for low level marijuana offenses, right?
Okay.
But then she goes on to um, the this radio program to announce her candidacy, and she starts talking because she was on a hip hop show, talking about how much weed she smoked in college. Wait a minute.
Statute of limitations, man.
I don't care what it was. So how are you gonna sit here and brag about how much weed you smoked, yet you were responsible for throwing hundreds of people in prison for doing the exact same thing that you were doing?
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of mad people at her now.
Of course. Why would you not be mad? Like, if you got thrown in jail by someone who, like, essentially
I would be very
threw you in
angry.
jail,
I would be very
charged
angry.
you for a half ounce of weed because you really had a full ounce, but she took half ounce for herself and was token up in between. Like, come on now. That's crazily insane to me. But the hypocrisy there, that she's number one sleeping with a married man in order to advance her political career, and then using the law to prosecute people for doing the same things that she was doing in the background. Like, that is the most hypocritical thing I could ever imagine. Yet she has the nerve to come to us at this point and ask for us to make her president.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be a fun election.
Oh man, it's gonna be absolutely fantastic.
I'm looking forward to the CNN, DFL, or not DFL,
Yeah,
Minnesota, PNC debates.
Yeah, make it all. Wait a minute, chronic. I thought all Jamaicans did smoke weed. I thought that was like a rite of passage. Or is that not the case?
Jason Ash does have a good point. It's win-win.
I suppose, or maybe just make weed 100%, make all drugs 100% legal. And
but felons can't have guns.
No, but but there'd be a lot fewer felons.
It's true.
If all drugs were legal.
It's true.
So, right?
But there would still be felons.
There'd still be some felons, but
there would be a lot less. I'll give you that.
There'd be a lot fewer felons. So, I mean, then Kamala comes out and she says within the first 100 days of her presidency, God, make sure this doesn't happen. But she's going to introduce, if Congress will not make it happen, then she is going to introduce common sense gun reform. Now, you tell me what the hell is common sense? It means
what can a president do by themselves?
Executive order. She said she will sign an executive order to introduce common sense gun reform, which really is gun bans. She is going to bring back the ban on assault weapons. Now, let me just put something on wax. And if this gets me kicked off of Facebook and Twitter, it gets me kicked off. But I'm sick of this.
Hopefully not YouTube.
Hopefully not YouTube. But if it does, oh well. This is the deal. I'm getting sick and tired, okay, of us taking history. Instead of teaching our kids proper history, we allow these dingbats to come in and use false history to get us to believe a false narrative. They came about a couple years ago talking about you don't need 12 bullets to kill a duck or to kill a gun. You don't, or whatever, to hunt with, right? The founding fathers did not give us the right to keep and bear arms so that we could go out and go hunting.
They recognized it so that we could kill people.
I'm not
wanted to rule us. As tyrants.
So the bottom line is the reason why our founding fathers gave us the right to keep and bear arms was to keep a tyrannical government in check. They never expected for us to trust our government. They realized that a government was made up of imperfect people and could go awry. In fact, just about every government in history had gone awry. Why? Because they realized that once they took away people's rights and ability to protect themselves and to fight for themselves, that government would soon fall off into oblivion. And they wanted to protect against that. And so, therefore, I believe that people in America should have the access to the same weapons that the U.S. government has access to. As far as I'm concerned, they should.
Finally, something we agree on tonight.
No, because you want to give them to Uncle Pookie.
Wait, was he a felon?
No, Uncle Pookie actually was a minister, a Baptist minister.
But he could still be a felon.
But if he were a felon, yeah.
He could have gone to prison, seen the light, and become a preacher. So Kamala's talking about not even putting it to a vote in Congress, but she's going to just sign a piece of paper and bring back the gun ban. You tell me what on earth theory she could do that under.
Where else does this work? Tell me, where else does this work? Where else does it work that you punish the law-abiding citizen in order to punish? It was like back in the day, like you had siblings growing up, right?
Yes.
Did your parents ever pull this crap? If y'all don't tell me who did it, Everybody's in trouble.
Well, I kind of do that with my kids.
See, that's messed up, right? Right?
Well, to be fair, when they're all yelling at each other, and
That's
I'm
lazy
hearing
parenting. Do your investigation and figure out who did it.
It's more that I can't find the truth. I know everyone has done something wrong, so everyone's getting punished.
If everybody did something wrong, then all of your kids are criminals, right? Like, for the sake of the argument, right? Your kids are lovely. They're not criminals, right?
Well,
and I hope they're not watching this.
They're lovely when you're around.
Okay, well, that's all that matters, right? But the problem I have is that, so you're going to essentially take away guns from the law-abiding citizens because, I mean, why not just make a law stating that people can't kill each other?
I think we already have that, though, but...
If criminals gave a rip about your laws, then just make a law stating that you are not allowed to kill each other, and guess what? All the killings would stop. Vote me president, y'all. After Trump gets out, I don't want to primary Trump. I think he's doing a fine job. So, but bottom line, so yeah, vote me in.
That would be an interesting game.
I'm not.
You running for president in
2024.
Well, but we don't know he's going to win in 2020.
He's got a 60. Okay, so 68% of the time the incumbent wins, right?
2/3. It's smidge over.
Just smidge over 2/3. So he starts with that. I mean, you show me a person that's been able to fill stadiums like he's been able to do.
And those dead people, though, they're always. There's always more dead people.
There's always more dead. There's more dead people every day.
There's going to be more dead people in 2 years than there were 2 years and now. Or
I tell you what,
more
man,
dead people 2 years from now than there are now.
Trump is like the second coming of Jesus. Like he raises more dead people up than Jesus did. Like Trump is gonna get more dead people to the polling booths.
Unfortunately, they wouldn't vote for him.
Unfortunately, they're not voting for him. Like, wow. So anyway, but yeah, so Kamala said this week that she is going to introduce common sense gun reform, which is code word for gun ban. So
perhaps she's in the pocket of the NRA, because gun sales always go through the roof when stuff like that gets in the news.
Who would even compete with Trump? Honest question. There's about 50 people.
Tulka?
Huh?
Q.
What?
Asking who could compete with Trump. You.
Oh, no. I could.
I think it's you and Nick.
You know what? I tell you
what.
I
would vote for Nick.
I would go on Nick's ticket. I'd be his vice president.
Vice president? Okay, yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, you got to think. The vice president is like the best job ever. The vice president is like the backup quarterback on a football team.
But he is in charge of the Senate. He's in charge of the Senate.
It's all right. It's like herding cats.
And if you believe the movie Vice, he has a lot of power because he's half president.
He's half a president. Is that you know what? If it were me though, if it were me, I would I like Mike Pence. I really like Mike Pence. But I would nixay Mike Pence. I would.
For who?
For
anyone else?
No. I would actually nixay Mike Pence for John. Is it John? Golly, what was his name? John. The guy who ran for Senate. He ran against Rashida Tlaib in Michigan. Not John Jones. John. He was a Apache helicopter pilot in the military.
Okay.
West Point grad. Black guy. Very, very intelligent. Super, conservative.
That's sounding familiar now.
Yeah, he went back home to run his dad's trucking company. Come on, guys, please help me out. John, yeah.
Search quick.
Sure.
Should we bring it up? John, what did you say he did? He ran against who?
Yeah, the good thing about it is if Nick was president, I bet you he could pardon himself. out of Twitter jail. Do
Meet
you
with
have
Jack and
Twitter
go,
powers over?
Jack, what are you doing here? Your whole platform relies on eyeballs. Why are you banning people and then banning them again when they make a new account? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
that's
You need advertisers. You need eyeballs. Why are you doing this?
yeah. I don't get it, but
And Notorious Moonman, Doink is not banned. He is in self-imposed exile. He can come back anytime he wants. Just tell him, I want you back in general.
who's doing?
He is the thorn in my side.
Oh,
We'll talk about that after stream.
yeah. After stream, we'll get to that. So yeah. So John, what's his name?
Well, we went off on another track and I closed the tab. I was asking for details about about him because they're already gone from what you were saying.
Okay. So anyway,
John. We'll just call him John.
yeah, we'll call him John, right? But yeah, I ran against Rashida Tlaib in Michigan. Fabulous guy, young guy. Yeah, I think it would be fantastic. Lincoln was the great emancipator. Trump is the great resurrector.
Resurrector?
Resurrector. Pretty much. Yeah, Trump gets people to the polls. Even dead people.
Is it John Conyers?
No. 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 So coming from Ricketta Channel.
Well, we are going to have to wrap it up soon
Yeah,
because
so-
we are 29 minutes from Nick starting.
Yeah, so we got to wrap it up and get moving, guys. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about our Sunday. I think there's going to be some fireworks because clearly we already disagree. My co-host seems to, he's going to attempt, guys, check this out. He's going to try to convince me and possibly even my mother.
Oh, is she going to be here?
Oh, I'm going to invite her.
Oh, we're going to need to get another mic.
Yeah, so he's going to try to convince me that the civil rights legislation should be repealed. You're not going to want to miss this. I promise you.
It's conditional, okay?
I promise you.
Gosh. Like you're saying I should be stringing up people again in trees.
And he wants to hang people.
No, I don't.
What the hell?
No, I don't.
You heard it.
I'm just saying.
So, okay.
I'm just saying if we go down the road you're proposing.
I'm not proposing anything. You're proposing that we should do away with civil rights legislation. So
You're saying like the government should get out of marriage, and I'm saying, well, okay, but then we need to get rid of all these things that force me to do stuff I don't want to do.
I 100% agree. So wait. So let's really understand where you're going. So you're telling me
I'm going to give away my stratagem.
So wait. So let's get this straight. So you're telling me that you don't want the government telling you have to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But it's okay for the government to go back to telling me that I have to sit on the back of the bus and use only colored water fountains.
The government? Suppose the government was doing that.
Oh yeah. Government definitely was, and I'm from the South, so yeah. Let's shelve that.
Starting to go away though. I mean, like.
No, it wasn't going away. That's why they fought about it.
Eventually, though.
Trust me.
I mean, like,
trust me.
Like, aren't there people who saying that? Weren't there historians saying that slavery was on its way out?
No. In all fairness, slavery, because of the invention of the cotton gin, slavery was on its way. But in all fairness, has slavery really gone away completely? It hasn't really. It really hasn't. We can discuss that another time. Right. But yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be like a couple weeks thing. Oh, speaking of which, before I forget, are we going to set like a stretch goal for subscribers?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like X number, we're gonna start doing 2 streams a week instead of Sunday nights.
I would love to.
Or is that gonna be more tied to like a Patreon goal?
no. I don't want to tie it to that. I would like to tie it, guys. Look, this is the deal. We want to be able to bring more content. Okay. At the end of the day, it's not about anything else except for the fact we want to make sure we're making content that people are actually enjoying and watching, guys. So if you like what you're hearing, if you like what we're saying, if you can get behind what it is that we're talking about, let us know by helping us get the word out. Share the videos, subscribe to the videos, follow us. You
Smash that like button.
smash the like button, follow us on Twitter, leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about what it is we're saying. Look, I clearly I'm sitting across from a guy who does not agree with me on a lot of things, and that's fine. I still love him. I'm still a friend. We're still friends. I don't surround myself by people that I agree with. I surround myself by people who will challenge me and make me a better person. If you surround yourself by people who only agree with you, you'll never grow. My grandfather told me that you will be the same person tomorrow that you are today, except for two things: the books you read and the people that you meet. So challenge yourself, read a lot, and definitely meet new people. And don't just put away people just because they don't believe what you do believe. Now, if they can't explain why they believe what they believe, yeah, get rid of those people. So but clearly he's gonna convince me that I need
I didn't
to.
say I was going to
He's
convince you.
gonna
I was going to
convince
make
me
an
or try to
argument.
convince me that I'm wasting my time with this whole civil rights thing. So yeah, bring back Jim Crow laws. So
No,
this ought to be
I
a
don't
good
want Jim
stream.
Crow laws.
Make sure you guys are all here on
That's
Sunday. He
that's
is
more
going.
government. Jim Crow laws are more government. I don't know
He's
how
gonna
I can say
convince
this.
me.
It's more government. I want a government for ants. Oh my gosh. Put words in my mouth. Stick your arm up there.
All right, guys. So, hey, we'll let you guys get going. Enjoy your Friday night. Be safe. God bless. And hey, help us get um, to that 1,000 subscribers. They're asking for a 24-hour live stream.
I think we're gonna have to set up. It's gonna have to probably be 24,000 people. I really don't want to do it at 2,400.
No, we're not
I
doing
don't
it
think it's worth it
2,400.
there.
We're not doing it 2,400. But I tell you what. So, tell you what, guys. Let's do it this way. Leave a comment. You guys let us know how many subscribers that we need to have in order to get um a 24-hour stream.
They're gonna say like 1,000.
Oh, we have veto power, so
Oh,
that's
okay,
fine.
all right.
That's
Well,
fine.
I
But
think
I
we're
want
gonna
to
have
hear
to
what
say
you guys have
reasonable.
to say.
At least 24,000 people. You got to follow Nick's example.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna be a ways away. It's gonna be like a year away, guys. So at the current, well, probably gonna be at least a year away. So if you really want it to happen sooner, share, like, subscribe, hit that notification button that I never hit
Do
on
it
a
by
channel.
viewers. That's an
Do it
interesting.
by viewers.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting thought.
Well,
That's an
I think we
interesting
had
thought.
like 17 tonight. Oh no, we were up to 27.
Yeah. Huh.
So no way, that's total view time. No, we're up to 25 people watching right now. So 1488. Oh dear. Oh dear. The 14 words of Nick Ricada. I can't say words because of your people, not because of me, because of you.
All right. So from the Sandy Beige 42 Studios, thank you. You guys have a wonderful night. It was great visiting with you. And guys, we're going to go ahead and work. It's almost summer here in Minnesota. So by the end of the fall, this guy will be Sandy Beige 42 as well. So we're going to get him some sun and try to help this situation out. So, but thank you guys very much. We appreciate you. We appreciate you guys joining us. Very humbled by you guys being here. Help us get to this 1,000. Follow us on Twitter at Q Duruji, Duruji. That's at Q. The letter Duruji is my Twitter handle. What is yours?
I am Soterson. Also in the description. Both of these links are in the description.
Oh, well, there you go.
You don't even need to know how to spell his name.
There you
don't
go.
even know how to spell my name. You just click the link.
All right, guys.
Because we like easy.
Hey, have a great night. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys on Sunday.
Bye.